Fala galera, aqui é o Betão da Vampire, trazendo a 8ª parte do detonado 100% platina do jogo Sherlock Holmes. A gente parou aqui na reconstituição do acidente. Nós temos que fazer 13 elementos, ali está em cima ali escrito, numa sequência certa, ok?
The rope holding the bunting was torn apart. A large section of it is now missing. A common fate, an uncommon location. The driver is dead. He was killed by the explosion. Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
No, you can't. Go away.
This jaunting car would be capable of travelling at great speed. This cab was set on fire by the explosion at the lamp shop. Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
It all happened so quickly. There was an explosion and my horse startled and threw me back against those wardrobes.
The pumpkins fell here after the sprung cart collided. This mechanism played a part in the accident, I'm sure of it. This technical cab was involved in this tragic accident. This carriage was struck by the scaffold when it fell. The old gas lamps in this square have been upgraded to electricity. A puddle of water and electricity, a deadly combination. That's it. An old sprung cart, which has seen better days. Good day to you, sir. Would you mind answering some questions? I'm investigating this accident. Are you the driver of this cart?
Yeah, I was transporting vegetables from my farm to the London market.
What can you tell me about the accident?
I don't know. There was a collision, I felt the ground, I come over all dizzy.
What did you collide with?
That contraption up in front of me. He stopped all of a sudden and I tried to avoid him, but I wasn't quick enough.
Do you have any idea what might have caused this cab to stop so sharply?
No idea.
Those wardrobes fell like dominoes. Celebratory bunting. This cab hit the scaffold and caused it to fall.
Já conseguimos 11 elementos. Agora a gente vai ter que fazer uma sequência aqui. A gente conseguiu o 12º. Com som, com essas abóboras e uma interação aí. Aqui, ó. Então vamos a abóbora primeiro. A gente vai escolher. Vai ser uma sequencinha aí, tá? Número 1, abóbora. Número 2, a viga. Número 3, o mecanismo. Número 4, contrapeso. E por último, a plataforma. Feito isso, a gente já viu o esquema aí que aconteceu, ó.
That's it.
Já conseguimos o 12º. E agora só falta o último.
The axe was catapulted by the scaffold and it landed here.
E o último aqui nas bandeiras que foram cortadas ali.
A dead
Aquela
driver,
interação.
another victim of the explosion. This horse was blinded by the flag, causing it to bolt into the window. The overturned lamps may well have caused the fire and explosion.
Prontinho, todos os elementos prontos. Agora a gente vai fazer. Agora sim vamos fazer a reconstituição do acidente.
I believe I've enough information.
Aqui a gente só pegou os elementos do acidente. Agora a gente vai fazer. É só seguir certinho a ordem que eu vou colocar aqui para vocês, para dar certo, ok? Vamos lá. Aqui estava como estava antes. Então, primeiro aqui. Primeiro essa carruagem da direita. As duas carruagens, 1 e 2. Esse aqui é o 3, que joga e corta a bandeira vai ser o 4. Essa carruagem daqui 5. E a outra do lado 6. Essa estrutura aí 7. Vamos ter essa outra carruagem 8. Esse comércio aqui 9. E essas outras carruagens aqui 10 e 11. E batem aqui nessas estruturas aqui. Por último, posto de eletricidade, número 13. E aí é sucesso. Só pôr uma sequência tática.
That's it. The technical cab's sudden halt caused this disaster, but the lamppost fell down afterwards. So why did the cab stop? There's a metal strapping.
Agora vamos inspecionar o que tiver dentro e fora dessa carruagem para dar mais pistas para a gente descobrir o que aconteceu.
This man was killed by electricity, as shown by the distinct mark on his hand. This man was armed with a revolver. Webley, I suspect. This crank has been turned. Some kind of solvent. A piece of fabric drenched in solvent. Rasco. Yes, I know him. He's a small-time local criminal. Mud. Oof. Smells bad. Some kind of... a piece of fabric. A pneumatic hammer. This cab was painted recently. There is some text underneath the paint here. Could be important. I'll need to find a way to remove this fresh... Underground Electric Railways Company of London.
Aqui a gente usa R1. A gente vai perceber que passa um fio por dentro aqui do bueiro. Então a gente vai seguir o fio para ver onde que vai dar, qual casa e qual imóvel, qual apartamento vai ter esse fio. E vamos descobrir mais coisas ali dentro.
I've not seen such a device before. The electrical charge which affected the technical cab came from here. An open bottle of cheap wine. A single glass containing traces of alcohol. I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Depois que a gente investigou o apartamento, vamos falar com os policiais aqui, com o Watson também.
Holmes, I was looking
E
for
a
you.
gente vai
I
ter que
have an
marcar
idea
5
about the accident.
Never
suspeitos.
mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You? You're the murderer,
You're
eh?
off your head.
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh yes, a murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance? Of what, Holmes?
The culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see? And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map. That's it.
What do you make of this accident, Holmes?
Constable, I suspect 3 people here. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes. Have you found something new?
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion. About Kate.
Depois dos suspeitos marcados, vamos vir aqui para o fundo, apertando R1 vai aparecer uma mancha amarela no chão e vamos entrar nessa loja aqui, nessa casa, não sei o que, bem sei o que é isso aí. Vamos descobrir o que tem lá dentro, o que está vindo dessa lama fedida aí.
Trail of mud goes through the entire room. A workshop. Saleable items are produced here. Mud. Oof. Smells bad. It looks as though the carpet was placed here intentionally. An old access point to the sewers.
Esse controle ele faz a altura da água, né? Baixar ou levantar. Vamos abaixar a água aqui para poder dar acesso para ele passar. Nós vamos descer. amarrar essa estrutura aqui pra gente poder pular pro outro lado.
red powder. Given the circumstances, most probably iron oxide. Metal powder. Looks like aluminium. Magnesium strips. So, it was the goal of Rasko's gang to rob the bank. The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables. This vault belongs to the Bank of England. An old map of the sewers with a red cross. The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables. The iron wall of the vault has been melted through. Still warm. All of the licorice has been missing. A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long. Metal rings. They're used to hold the barrel in one piece. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty. These barrels are empty and unsealed. The thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
Depois de tudo examinado, vamos para a Scotland Yard, ver todas as evidências, todas as pistas.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I...
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
Absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us?
This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new. Reginald Butcher had problems with his job. The initials MB. This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address. Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets. Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulating. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. Whiskey. Of poor quality. My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith. Electrical wires. A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark. This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett. The belongings of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte. A Webley revolver. A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal. A standard deck of playing cards. A normal pocket knife. Rasco is fond of licorice. Huh. The licorice was found both at the sewers and amongst Rasco's belongings. Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council. I swear it.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear.
Yes, you swear it, I know. Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it, I swear.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No, it was a long time ago. I already forgot, I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes, I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How do you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. And I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Depois de ter visto as pistas, as evidências e interrogado os suspeitos, vamos para o hospital.
I'm apparently in the children's ward. Mr. Butcher's wife. Admission file at Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm. Merrill Butcher. Mr. Reginald Butcher, I've come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly.
Is she your daughter?
My pretty little Merrill. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry. I understand now.
E finalmente achamos nosso culpado. Agora vamos ligar todas as pistas, né? Fazer aquela ligação dos neurônios lá até a resolução do caso. Colocar ele como culpado, claro, óbvio. E finalizar esse caso, menos um caso agora, reação em cadeia. E agora a gente só tem mais um pro final, ok? Então eu vou me despedindo aqui, forte abraço aí galera, se não for inscrito se inscreve, deixa um like, deixa um comentário bonito aí, até o próximo que vai ser o último capítulo aí, a última parte do detonado do Sherlock Holmes, beleza? Já estou preparando outro detonado para vocês aí, beleza? Então até a próxima, valeu, até mais, tchau, tchau.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes. What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you're experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see. Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
Really? Why was it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Butcher, say goodbye to your daughter. We are arresting you for robbery and murder.
What? You can't do that. What happened to my girl?
You should have thought about that.
You monster. Even if it were true, what would a bank's money be worth against the life of a child? I love you, Meryl.
Murder is never proof of love. Now please, come with us.